Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad to have you here with us this evening. Another wonderful show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure tonight. It is exactly 10 days away from Christmas 2021. We're getting you ready for all the excitement that is the holiday season. Sitting in the co-host chair tonight is our girl, Miss Kay Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. Good evening, Kay Renee. How are you?
Good evening, Chat Daddy, and good evening and happy hump day to some, but to us it's happy Friday, to our viewing audience. I hope all of you are doing well this windy. We're going to live up to our moniker, the Windy City, tonight here for those who are in the Chicagoland area.
Yes. Very
Yes.
good. Hold on one second, please. I gave detailed instructions of what to do. Glad to see you tonight. So coming up on tonight's show, with that being said, what if you don't celebrate Christmas? For some people, due to cultural reasons, they do not celebrate the Christmas holiday. And so tonight we're going to talk to a young lady, Chicago-based, who will talk to us about her cultural difference of why she does not celebrate Christmas, what she actually does during the holiday season. She's hilarious. She's a motivational speaker, teacher, all around just great woman. I've looked at all of her stuff and I'm so excited to talk to her coming up a little bit later in the show. And then we also are featuring another small minority owned Black business. Tonight, we're going to talk to a woman who creates edible baked goods, and these edible baked goods are absolutely amazing. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. Boy, K Renee, we got so much to talk about tonight that it
I
is just
know.
incredible. So I don't even know where to start. First of all, today is National Cupcake Day. Are you a fan of cupcakes?
I like beef cakes better, but cupcakes, my favorite is vanilla and carrot cake.
Oh, very good. I actually had carrot cake today. I didn't have carrot cake cupcake, but I had carrot cake today. I went to lunch with a friend, and that's what we
Okay.
had for dessert was carrot cake. So I do love it.
Yes.
Absolutely. And then
Yes.
today is also National Wear Your Pearls Day. And as you guys see, I have on my pearls. Oh, you got the memo. National Wear Your Pearls Day is celebrated every December 15th. It reminds us that when life throws dirt your way, you always have value in the end. The beautiful result of nature's design, one irritating grain of sand can cause an iridescent pearl to form. And so that's how pearls are actually formed. And so tonight we're wearing our pearls in honor of today being National Wear Your Pearls Day,
But
right?
sometimes we have to clutch our pearls depending upon how we deliver the news and how the news is delivered to us.
Absolutely. On this show, you're absolutely right. We clutch our pearls all the time because it's just some of the most unbelievable things ever. So, before we get into the COVID update numbers, did you see where the police were chasing a guy on the expressway and he started running down the expressway? He knocked on somebody's car window while the car was moving on the expressway to try to get in the car with them. They would not let him in, and he jumped on top of a moving car on the expressway. He held on. This was on the news tonight. I'm telling you, it is something in the water. It is something in the marijuana these folks are smoking. People are doing such crazy things nowadays that I just can't even believe it. Today, I was sitting at an intersection and somebody was in the right lane. I was in the middle, and you know how the left lane is the left
Mhm.
turning lane. When the
Mhm.
light changed, they went from the right lane all the way over and turned in front of everybody. And people are putting on their brakes, just I don't know. It's a lot nowadays to be out in the streets with all these crazy people.
There's something to be said, Art. I know when we first started driving, I'm sure, your dad or your mom, whoever taught you how to drive, similarly to me, the saying goes, you have to watch everybody. You have to drive for yourself and you have to drive for everyone else around you. And this definitely holds true now, even more so because as we've been talking about throughout this whole pandemic, something has triggered
Yes.
the subconscious where
Yes.
it has exacerbated throughout the pandemic. So,
Yes.
ugh, just
Absolutely.
stay prayerful and stay careful out there, all right, when you're driving.
I couldn't agree with you more. You're absolutely right about that. Well, we are a health and wellness show, and every night we give you the latest update on the COVID-19 numbers, and tonight is no exception to the rule. Tonight, we want to report Illinois public health officials have reported 9,784 new confirmed or probable cases of COVID-19. Unfortunately, we had 79 additional fatalities as of Wednesday as a result of COVID-19. This now brings our total number of cases of COVID-19 in the state of Illinois to 1,921,433 cases. This includes now 27,013 deaths since the beginning of the pandemic. As of Tuesday night, there were 3,614 patients in Illinois hospitals battling COVID-19. Of those cases, 759 patients were in the ICU. 382 of the patients are on ventilators. Now, right now, over 41 million COVID tests have been administered across the state of Illinois. That's 41 million COVID tests have been administered across the state. A total of 18,322,040 vaccine dosages have been administered in Illinois as of Tuesday, which brings us to, I might debate this a little bit because I saw numbers somewhere else. It says that approximately 63% of Illinoisans are fully vaccinated. And then let's see. Oh, suburban Cook County reported its first case of, what did the doctor tell us to call it last night?
Omicron
Variant Tuesday, and it was announced on Wednesday. So our case numbers are going up. I understand the case numbers are going back up in Florida. Everywhere the numbers are on an uptick. We saw this last year, this time during the holiday season. And matter of fact, today marks the 1-year anniversary that the vaccine dosage was given out here in the state of Illinois. We'll talk about that in just a second. What do you think about all of these numbers? And every night we keep giving higher and higher numbers.
And they're saying, I saw news reports locally that still 650,000, I want to say Chicagoans, are not vaccinated. I don't think it's for this. I'm sure with the state it may be a little bit higher, but just in Chicago alone, 650,000 are unvaccinated.
Right. Well, only 63% of the state of Illinois residents are fully vaccinated at this time.
I would have thought that percentage would have been higher, but I don't know what's it going to take. I know people are tired. They're getting lax. Some are getting just lazy. Some just saying I don't want to do it. But as Dr. Janet eloquently stated last night, we've got to keep moving. You've got to make sure you take care of yourself, because even though the Omicron variant is very transmissible, if you have the booster shot, if you have vaccination, it will help you not become hospitalized, or even the worst case scenario, die of this virus.
Right.
So
Right.
it's just it gets kind of disappointing when you have to report upticks in cases, but I don't know what's going to take.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that. Well, a year ago today, December 15th, 2020, the first 450 dosages of the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine was given out to Illinois health workers. In Chicago, 5 healthcare workers sat in a room at Loretto Hospital receiving the highly anticipated vaccine dosage amidst the upsurge or the rush of the holiday season coming. In Peoria, Illinois, healthcare workers received their first dosage of the Pfizer vaccine as frontline workers who were taking the center stage to be able to get other people to get the shot. And, you and I have both had it. We know a lot of other people have had it. I feel, life is normal. I don't, nothing else. I always joke about I have a craving for sugar cubes and hay and, things like that. But no, I mean, whatever I need to do to get past this pandemic is what I want to do and move forward.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, Art.
Okay, very good. Well, that's the COVID update. Let's go to the mailbag. What do you have for us tonight and stuff? I know we had a passing of an icon today. Do we want to start with that one?
Well, you know what? Actually want to end with that one, but he's everybody know this man. He goes by two letters. All I gotta say is those letters. Everybody know what I'm talking about. But apparently, former football player O.J. Simpson now free. Was granted an early parole discharge last week, and he had been on parole after being released from prison in 2017 for a Las Vegas kidnapping and armed robbery, as you guys remember, in 2007. But he is now free. He can sing that
What?
song free at last. He's
He
free.
is now free.
Free.
If it doesn't fit, we must have quit. And so it didn't fit.
That's
So
right.
now he's free.
So hopefully, he's 74 now, and he definitely looks his age. Maybe he can live the rest of his life peacefully. And, that was one trial. You talk about divisiveness that's happened over in the last year. We all remember the O.J. Simpson trial. Whether you knew he was guilty or innocent, it really
Right.
divided the country.
Mm-hmm.
Worse than what we experienced 4 years ago with who.
Right.
So, but O.J. Simpson, he is free to do whatever he wants, and like I said, hopefully, he has learned his lesson.
Very good. All right. What else we got up?
Well, here in local news, a UPS driver was throwing packages over a southeast side woman's fence. So I, we had talked about the mail. Both. My father used to work for the post office, and it's just really disheartening. It just makes me mad when one you don't get mail on time, but this is caught on video where a driver actually just threw the customer's packages over the fence. And I guess he or she thought they were going to get away with it. Not. So it's something to be said by having that ring camera or having cameras around your property. You never know what you may catch.
Okay, so I'm trying to get the story. So, because UPS driver tossed a package over a fence, and it got
Instead of
caught on a
ringing,
ring camera.
right, instead of ringing the doorbell and placing it probably properly on the porch, just threw it on the fence. So you don't know whether or not it was perishable, right? Just that's not how you deliver packages to customers.
Right. Well, this time of year, all you see on the alarm system notifications are porch pirates, missing
Mm-hmm.
packages, damaged packages. So yeah, so I mean that's very typical this time of year. And a lot of times the people who are working these jobs are temporary or just not your normal drivers, I guess, to say the least. So what was the end result of the story?
Well, apparently because of it was caught on video, that driver probably will be reprimanded. What else could you
Okay.
do?
Right. That's true. Very,
And
very
this is
true.
this is this is one case. If it doesn't fit, you must have quit. I mean,
Right. Very
can't
good.
use that phrase.
Yes, absolutely. All right, very good. Let's move on. What we got next?
Well, there was in the recent news regarding the family of Malcolm X. In fact, the one of the assassins who is still alive, he has been officially uh, exonerated from all charges. Muhammad Aziz, who was, as we all know, it was exonerated last month in the killing of prominent civil rights advocate Malcolm X. Well, apparently, he's now angry. The judge apologized and acknowledged that the case had been a violation of the law and the public trust. This is one story that I think a lot of people have responses from because, I wasn't at that time when Malcolm X was assassinated, but, for those who were very close, I'm sure, to his family, they just may have a different perspective on this. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
You're right. Yeah, absolutely. Just for me to think about Malcolm X's daughter just dying out of the blue the way she did, with this being, what it is, I agree with you on what you said.
Yeah, yeah. And so I guess, you mentioned it earlier. We do want to note and honor um, an icon who made her transition this morning. For those who love poetry and reading, this woman was, she was right along with Gloria Steinem being one of the premier black female feminists. Bell Hooks, who that was her pen name. Her given name was Gloria Jean Watkins, but she used her name as her great grandmother passed away this morning at the age of 69 due to a illness. Belle she was just not an author. She was a professor. She was an activist and definite feminist. You hear Roxane Gay, one of the current black female feminists. You would probably put Bell Hook there with Angela Davis, Audra Lorde. So this was I remember reading some of her books, and it's just really sad, but as we all know, we have to go that route, and I'm sure the ancestors just welcomed her with love.
Absolutely. Well, her most famous, she published over 30 books in the course of her lifetime. Two that come to mind to me that I remember very vividly would be the 1981 book, Ain't I a Woman? Black Women and Feminists. Another one that I remember would be All About Love, which came out in 1999. And at that time period, these books were very pivotal in what was going on in the world in which we live in, the empowerment of Black women, the awakening of Black women in many ways. A lot of what she wrote has changed the paradigm of the world in which we live in when it comes to Black culture and feminism. And so she will truly, truly be missed. Absolutely. Throughout her career, I remember she did an interview in 2015 in the New York Times, and she says that she produced things that people could really use, things that would empower people. And she will truly be missed. It's just so sad. She passed away in her home after an extended illness, and we are going to truly miss her. Just heart-wrenching in many ways.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
And then to piggyback what we talked about with COVID, supermarket giant Kroger, they're to end COVID sick pay for those unvaccinated employees. So
Yes.
now companies are just they're putting their foot down, say, hey, if you can't get vaccinated, if you contract COVID, we can't pay you. So this is I really believe this is going to be a reoccurring trend among most
Yes.
major companies.
And believe it or not, a lot of people don't know this, but Kroger's is the largest food retailer in the country. They also own Mariano's, they own Food for Less, and so they are one of the biggest. And if you are a non-union, if you're a non-union management or salaried employee, and if you're not fully vaccinated, they will be taking $50 out of your paycheck every pay period to go towards if you get COVID. So that's interesting. I think more and more places will do that, but I'm starting to think that's an infringement of people's rights, I guess, because here's the deal. It was where you had to do religious reasons or
Right.
health reasons, now they've tightened up those restrictions. If your church is just handing out letters talking about, we don't because of this, we don't because of that, I was told they're investigating now to really find out, has that been the principles and teachings of your church? And keep in mind, these churches are tax deductible.
That's why I was going to allude to the fact from, accounting standpoint and an audit standpoint, if the government finds out that you just using your tax exempt status to not follow the, public health rules, you can lose that tax exempt status. So
Right.
churches better be very careful.
Yes, absolutely. Very good. All right. What else we got?
Let's see. Well, I think we talked about briefly yesterday about George uh, Derek Chauvin. He enters a guilty plea. So I don't know, by doing this, I just believe he's just going to be there for the rest of his life.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you went down for something that the world saw. It changed the world as we know it. Yeah, he there's no sense to saying I'll be home next Thursday or anything like that. So you might as well admit to all of the destruction and downfall that has happened as a result of your actions that you took that on that day,
And I think, unfortunately, with his changing of guilty plea, for those law enforcement officers who have done things like that in the dark, it is really now starting to come to light. We've always known what's happening, but now after the verdict and after now he is convicted, a lot they're always good law enforcement officers. There's those law enforcement officers who you just have to wonder. So
Yeah,
I'm
the
glad
wind
that
must be
he's
really bad where you are because you're breaking up.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll just continue to keep it
We'll,
moving.
we'll keep moving. We'll keep moving. All right. You got anything else in the news bag for us tonight?
Well, you heard locally that when the city council approved the $2.9 million settlement with the social worker who was just humiliated 2 years ago, 33rd Ward Alderwoman Carrie Austin collapsed. Did you hear that?
Why? No, why?
She had a health scare. They had to. Hopefully, I'm hoping that she's okay. But yeah, she collapsed.
Because the woman got the 2.9 million,
I
or
don't. I don't.
isn't
I
she the
don't
head
think
of the
that's it.
finance committee or whatever, huh?
I think so. Yeah, but no, I don't think that was the reason. All right, but
I'm
it
like,
could have
girl,
been a
this
health
ain't your
scare.
money, Carrie. This ain't your money. This ain't your money. Right. Okay. But you just saying she had a health scare, period, when the announcement
Right.
was made.
Well, no. I mean, before they were going to approve the $2.9 million, I think it was. I believe it was before. She just collapsed. So it was probably due to a health scare. I don't think it was not due to the fact that they had to dole out $2.9 million. But
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
yeah,
That's sad. Well, we hope she gets better soon,
right.
and so sorry to hear that. Get well, Alderman Carrie Austin. All right.
Yeah,
What else we got? Debbie says more tornadoes out there. I would imagine with it being
there
as
must
warm as it
be.
is. Yeah, but the
Yes,
Wi-Fi.
yes. I mean, it's just I don't know what's going on with the internet either because it's just really just kind of went. It's just moved here. I can hear it from my
Yeah,
window.
mine's is working great. But I mean, continue. Let's continue.
Okay. Did you have anything to report? I think I've reported all my news
You covered
for
everything that you had in the hopper today.
I covered everything.
Okay, very good, very good. We talked about Darren Chauvin,
Hmm.
UPS driver. We talked about COVID, OJ. We did a good job. So,
We
are
did.
you ready for the holiday? Here we are, 10 days away. Do you need to do anything else?
No, no. Just have just reflect for me personally. It'll be an
Right.
interesting conversation we'll have with our guests because she culturally does not celebrate Christmas. So, but that's it.
Mm-hmm. I want to remind everyone that this coming Saturday morning at 8 a.m., I will be on Bonnie Deshawn's Saturday morning show on the Omni Channel 95.1 FM. We're talking about last minute holiday gift ideas and things to do during the holiday season, people that you should tip, gifts that you can make from your heart, and last minute things. Bonnie asked me today, what is something that men should buy for women? And she and I both agreed that the biggest mistake that men make during the Christmas season is buying a woman a vacuum cleaner, buying her a blender, buying her a toaster. And so what do you feel about that? Like, what would be the most appropriate gift that you would want this holiday season from a male suitor?
Actually, I would like to have a book or a series of books on personal growth and development, because that would let me know this man is really concerned about my mind and how I can be the best that I can be. When I was younger, I may have chosen a gift, but as I've gotten older, I really want to be the best K Renee this universe has ever seen. So as we're communicating, if I'm meeting someone and they see a book that they feel that it's really will benefit me emotionally, spiritually, that's something I can deal with. I can really just like get into. You know, um,
Really?
yes.
So I have a question. Have you not read any particular book at this particular point in your life that has
Oh
inspired
no,
you, or
I've read a
huh?
lot. I've
That's
read a
what I
lot
that's
because
what I was getting ready to say.
I've had, but here's the thing though, Art. The fact that he would be thoughtful enough to, let's say, one of my dearest friends, who is the philosopher Dr. John DeMartini. He's written over 30 books. I have not read all 30 books. So if we talk about John, and he'll go into his website and say, oh, maybe she hasn't gotten this book. That to me, I would think is very thoughtful. Do some research, right? And really listen and be an active listener on what women want. But for me, honestly, yeah, I would love to receive, books, audiobooks of just to kind of be the best that I can be.
Very good. All right. Debbie Green asked a great question. This is the question you always ask. What inspires you? That's a good one right there. What inspires you? Kay Renee.
Ac- Actually, there were my parents. Um, my mom, who was my first teacher, she taught high school biology on the south and west sides of Chicago, and truly was my first teacher. My father, who told it like it was, Debbie, did not, even though I'm a daddy's girl, he let me know how men can be, but at the same time, just gave me the respect. And sometimes, when I made my mistakes, he was like, it's okay, long as you can learn from them and move forward. So they inspire me. My Nana, who to on Saturday I'll be commemorating, it's been 21 years. She inspired me to, really be creative when it comes to cooking, especially my world famous sweet potato pies. Um, and actually, there's another young lady who I was actually referred a book to a friend of mine, Terry Williams. Terry Williams, who was one of the first PR publicists in New York. I had a
As
chance
in
to not
the
only
as in the Terry Williams. As
the
in the
Terry
Terry
Williams.
Williams. Absolutely.
Yes, yes. So, I'm inspired by people who who live their life with purpose. My big brother over here inspires me each and every day. And what
Uh,
he has gone through and grown through. I take inspiration from people's struggles, and I try to learn from them. But to answer your question, Debbie, definitely my parents have always inspired me.
Very good. All right. Well, that's the source of inspiration that we want to hear, especially this time of year. That's really great. It is. Well, hopefully you will get that book or series of books from that gentleman caller of yours. That's important to do that. I was telling her, and as you guys will hear Saturday morning on her show, make sure you check it out on the Omni channel, 95.1. I told her that, fragrance is really hot. Right now, they have a lot of wonderful gift sets out, and women do love fragrance. If it's a woman that loves fragrance, women always love money. Debbie Green said men can buy us money or gift cards if you're unsure. All of that makes for great gifts. It really does.
You know what? Also, I like essential oils. So
Yes.
that's another,
Yeah.
that's more inexpensive gift that you can get is
Right.
essential
Yes.
oils. So
Yes.
that's
I
something
am
I
very
would
much
would
an essential oil.
appreciate.
I'm an oil wearer. I love oils
Hmm.
versus colognes or
Mm,
perfumes now. I really
yes.
do. Because I take unscented lotion and mix the oil with my
Right.
lotion.
Exactly.
And it makes it great.
Exactly.
All right. Well, for those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad to be here with you guys on this Wednesday evening. It is Hump Day. We're exactly 10 days away from Christmas 2021. We're exactly 11 days away from Kwanzaa 2021. And we just want to remind everyone to have a safe and wonderful holiday season. Coming up in just a few moments, we'll welcome another guest to the show, or our first guest this evening, who will talk about when you have cultural differences and not celebrate the holiday season. Okay, Renee, you and I have both talked about the fact that we have aunts who are Jehovah's Witness. And my aunt actually converted when I was a teenager. And, I came from very lavish holidays, decoration, gifts, toys, all of that. And she converted in my teenage years. So I had to learn to readjust to living to her new lifestyle and her do's and don'ts. And so it's interesting to say the least. And our guest is coming to us tonight definitely is coming from a cultural difference. But in her cultural difference, a lot of what she explains makes sense, that I deal with my aunt with. I'm telling you, it took years for me not to say to my aunt, Merry Christmas or, Happy Holidays. And now that my aunt is so much older in age, I want to take a holiday plant tour, but I can't. How you just want to love on somebody. So I'm sure our guests will help us to understand a little bit better.
And it's so funny because my great aunt, that's the one I told you who is a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay, so I know
Um,
I knew we both had an aunt, but you said it's your great aunt.
it's my great aunt. And here's the
Okay.
deal though, Art. This year, this past January 17th, she celebrated her 100th birthday. So normally she does not
Wow.
celebrate birthdays, but on
Right.
that particular occasion, she did. And I sent her 100 beautiful long stem pink roses. She was floored. In fact, when I spoke with her daughter who is like my aunt, she said she said to me she's waiting for next January. I said, Lord have mercy. I said I need to tell my dear, don't aren't you a Jehovah's Witness that you don't celebrate holidays?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you too. I think with age, they kind of before we bring our guests in, they kind of want to celebrate a little bit because my aunt is now discussing her age with me. She
Mm-hmm.
also kind of reminded me that she had a milestone in her age, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as me, getting her a cake or a Christmas present, all of that is just really weird. So when I did get the pitch about this, I said, I really do want to talk about this. And then you and I both losing family and parents, and the holidays are not the best time for us either. So I'm excited to bring her on. So let's bring on our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. She's an author. She is a rock star mindfulness educator. Isn't that something? Rock star now.
Mm-hmm.
She's a
Mm-hmm.
workshop facilitator. Shelley Brown is a Jewish woman who does not technically celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, but she does participate in the Yuletide festivities, like many people. And so tonight she's here to share with us 3 tips on if you don't celebrate the holiday, if it's a cultural situation, if it's a lot like us that we grew up with relatives who are of a different religious belief, or better yet, you've had so much tragedy in your life that you just, Christmas is like, Lord, will it ever be over? So tonight joining us is our good friend. We're going to make her our good friend if she's not our good friend. Ladies and gentlemen, the phenomenal Miss Shelley Brown. Hi.
Hey.
It's so great to be here. Thank you. So
Shelley,
excited.
I have been following you all day long. I've been on all your social media platforms. You are a lot of fun, Shelley. It is such a pleasure to have you here tonight.
Well, thank you. What an honor. What an honor. And I caught the tail end of your conversation, so I'm certainly excited to be part of this discussion tonight.
Very good. Shelley, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Growing up on the south side of Chicago, I was not familiar with Jewish culture until I became a flight attendant many years down the road and was flying on the holiday, and there were no restaurants open on a layover. The only place that was open on Christmas was a Chinese restaurant. And being the little black guy from the south side of Chicago, I said, well, now, wait a minute. Does the Asians not celebrate Christmas? And I found out that it was a particular reason. This restaurant was packed. And so please introduce yourself. Give us a little bit of your background. And then let's talk about the cultural difference of why you don't celebrate the holiday.
Sure. So thank you so much. And I have so many things I could say about everything you just said. I am a Chicago born and raised city gal. I actually just returned 3.5 years from Baltimore. I was in Baltimore and I had to come back home to my city. My dad was actually an inner city veterinarian on 65th and King Drive for 30 years.
Oh, we know. I know where that. Yes.
I know where that is. Yes.
Right across from Parkway. Like right across. Oh my God. Your dad was a warrior. Oh my God. Yes.
He was beloved. He was there for 30 years. And he probably got Chinese food from that restaurant and brought it home on Christmas. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
So I was raised in Chicago. I always had this sense that like a lot of us, that we don't belong, that we don't fit in. And I realized that all of us walk around the world feeling that way a lot of times, and comes from a lot of the narratives and stories we tell ourselves. And so I realized that if we can notice the stories and the narratives that we tell ourselves that make us feel separate, and we can just let them go or just kind of let them be, then we can connect with other people more authentically.
Interesting. Interesting. So I don't even know where to begin with you. A lot of us, I know for Kay Renee and I, we were born with these traditions. You seem to be someone who would have multicultural friends of all walks of life, with your dad being where he was for years. I'm sure he met people. How do you tell people that you don't celebrate Christmas, but yet you still partake in what they do, or go to the parties, or whatever the case may be?
Well, growing up, even though I did have multicultural friends and people that did celebrate holidays, Christmas seems to be something that you celebrate with your family, and it's not always something that you think, let's invite the little Jewish girl over. So us Jewish people, I felt like, even though I wasn't religious Jewish, we just were kind of left out. And the rumor has it that Hanukkah presents came about because they needed to give us little Jewish kids something to unwrap during the holidays.
Yes.
I wasn't invited. I wasn't included. And I just felt left out because it seemed like everybody else was celebrating and wearing matching plaid and opening presents together. And we didn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
Part of our life.
You know, the one thing that I will admit is that, and happy Hanukkah, by the way. You just celebrated Hanukkah. The one thing that I will say is that over the last maybe 20 years that I learned more about Hanukkah, the celebrations, Passover, things like that, where coming up, I didn't hear much about that. And I guess, you know, as you said before, now you have, you know, parodies on Saturday Night Live. You have gifts in stores for Hanukkah. What do you think brought that change on? Again, is it because somebody like yourself and others in your position want to celebrate more Hanukkah now?
I think it's like, that's a great question. And I think a lot of it is just sort of cultural sensitivity, right? Cultural sensitivity for everybody to make the world more inclusive. And I think that's a lot of the impetus for that kind of thing happening. There's a recognition that there's a lot of different people that believe a lot of different things and come from a lot of different backgrounds and cultures. And, but, you know as well as I do, there's a long way to go for us to feel like really inclusive, but at least we're making tiny little strides, especially if you're recognizing that. So it means there's some steps in the right direction with inclusivity. Not enough, but
yes. Kay Renee, go right ahead.
Well, welcome, Miss Shelley, and I love your nugget. Our individuality unites us. That's a great. I'm gonna have to borrow that and let people know you. But talk about that. How do you individuality unite us? I'm a firm believer in that. Being also in the DEI space, in corporate, because I come from that corporate environment. Usually during this time of year, you know, how I think that nugget is so resonant that our individuality truly unites us. But, you know, I want to know, you know, how did you come up with it and how do you use it, you know, when you have conversations with people who celebrate Christmas and or other holidays that you want to know about but not familiar with?
thanks, Kay Renee. And I come from many years in the corporate world, several decades. And I think you know as well as I do that individuality is not our skin color, our hair color, our sexual identity. It is our perspectives. It's our point of view. It's our value alignment, and has nothing to do with some of the ways that people try to drive belonging. And so our individuality is really the greatest connection, because when we can be who we are and show up authentically, then we show up at our best. We show up well. We also show up present, and presence is the most important gift that you can give anybody, is to give your presence. And when we're stuck in our own narratives, biases, and judgments, either about ourselves or about whoever we are connecting with, we are not present. So we're always going to have judgment, and we're always going to have, you know, thoughts and feelings about ourselves and about others, and automatically have these biases that come up. But if we can get curious and really, really get to know who this person is as an individual by asking questions, by listening, and by asking more questions, then we can really bridge the gap and connect on a much more authentic level with other people. And so I think it whether it's being Christian, whether it's celebrating Hanukkah, whatever it is, if we can just get curious and learn more, isn't that the greatest thing that we can do to bridge a gap between separation? So
I agree.
I couldn't agree more. Isn't that beautiful? That is well said. It is. Kay Renee, did you have something else you wanted to add to that?
I love her t-shirt. I want the t-shirt.
I do too. That is cute.
I'll hook you up after the show.
Oh, very good. I have a
Please
question
do.
about the tradition of Chinese food and
Yeah,
Christmas Day. Can we talk about the average December 25th and what that day looks like for our Jewish friends?
So that is so funny, because it's pretty well known that that's a thing. And when I was little, I literally thought that anybody who wasn't Jewish was Catholic. You know, I just didn't know that there was all these different religions. And I'm like, okay, if you're not Jewish, you're a Catholic, and that means you have a perfect life. You wear matching plaid. You have this lovely Christmas dinner, and you all sit around and stuff your face and eat ham and things that Jewish people don't eat, and open up presents and have the best time. Your lives are perfect and everybody's happy. That was my little kid thought. And meanwhile, we Jewish people, we ordered in Chinese or we went to the movies. And I'm telling you, you can go to any city in the US and ask a Jewish population about this Chinese movie thing, and it really is a thing. And I don't know why, but it is.
It really is. I'm telling you, again, I learned that on a layover one time. And I want to say I was in San Francisco on Christmas Day. And that's how I learned about that, and you're right. If the Chinese restaurant was packed and the movie theater was packed. And so I did not know. I didn't. What can people do, whether Jewish or any other, whether it's from trauma, other reasons? What are some things that you would recommend that we can do to get through this holiday season without being just so bombarded with Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday? What can we do?
That is a wonderful question, and something that I've given a lot of thought to. Holidays bring up some real difficult emotions for people. And one of the biggest things that we can do is recognize our thoughts, recognize our own thoughts, you know, the always, the nevers, that the feeling like what we're feeling is never going to end, because everything we think and feel, it isn't permanent. So I think we have to be a guardian of our minds and a guardian of our thoughts that take us down those rabbit holes where we start looping and thinking that the thoughts and feelings that we have are going to go on and on and on. Holidays are going to be over, you know, so sometimes it's a matter of doing the most self-care that you can practice so that you know that a couple weeks from now, you're going to be okay, because it's only a short period of time. So whatever those self-care things are, have structure. Structure always makes us feel better. If we know that we have certain things to look forward to every day, whether it's reading a favorite book, giving yourself permission to binge watch TV or listen to podcasts, starting a gratitude journal. Even if you're sad, letting yourself cry, letting yourself feel your emotions. But I really, really think that the number one thing is guarding your mind with the thoughts that can take you down that slippery slope and make you feel like this time of the year is never going to end, and that those people are having all the fun. It's like social media. You see all these people doing stuff on social media, and we get caught into believing that everybody else is it's FOMO, right? Now, there's a lot of people that really don't enjoy this time of the year. And so recognizing your connection with other people, that you're not alone in this difficult feelings, can help you realize that you are not those feelings. You're just who you are.
Oh my God, that what a beautiful message. Kay Renee, where are you at with all of this? I know this is a very emotional time for you right now. What do you want to say to our guests as a response to what she just said? Because that was really deep to me.
What Shelley said is definitely on point. For me, the whole month of December is always difficult, but definitely on December 25th, because my mother transitioned on Christmas Day. And, you know, it's interesting when people say, well, Karen, what are you going to do on Christmas? And I said, just reflect and honor my first teacher. And I normally, people who know me, they know I will speak lovingly of my mom. But there have been moments and there have been times where I have to be in solitude, and I will cry myself. And I know that God gives us tear ducts so you can let loose. I've done the binge watching. I keep a gratitude journal, and I'm very aware of that. But I always try to be present and not have judgment on myself. Um, and because I have both parents now who are now spirit. So and it's funny you mentioned in California, because after my dad had transitioned, I flew on Christmas Day to Cali and really began the healing process. So that's something, I really want to create new traditions for myself. And that's, that would be the greatest legacy that I could give my parents, especially my mom. So, but yes, I do all that. I will cry. No one will ever know because it's just between me and spirit. But I tell Art, I say I can't wait till January 1st, get this thing over with, because until people experience loss, they will never understand. And
Never.
when there are people who will say, "Well, how can you be sad?" And I just say, and I just smile, and I said, "You know what? You just be blessed to cherish the people that you have, because one day they're no longer going to be there." And I say it with authenticity, but they get it. Because then, and that's another thing too, set boundaries for yourself, because there are going to be people who will just be, how should I put it? Or can I use this word? They're gonna be assholes. So
Yes, we
with
get
those
it.
people who are gonna be, you just have to smile and speak your truth, and then go on your merry little way. But those boundaries for me personally that I do set.
I love that, Renee. I love everything that you said. And, I love that you allow yourself to feel your feelings. And I have so much compassion for you. I have one parent that's gone. And I also really appreciate what you said about boundaries, because you have to be around people who are going to be able to hold space for you, whatever it is that you're feeling. And if they can't,
That's right.
and you need to be away from those people and allow yourself to feel your feelings, that's the most important self-care that you can practice. And I love the idea about the traditions, creating new traditions, and taking old traditions and making them your own. It's beautiful.
Shelley,
Absolutely.
I'm going to have you back on, because I want to hear about some of your adventures as well, too. I think that in 2022, you would make a good guest to be able to talk to us about living out that wish list, living out that bucket list. I've done all my research on you, and you seem to be somebody like myself that has done it all. And I think you'd be really great in helping to inspire this audience and my followers on living their best life in 22. I think you'd be great at that.
I'm going to say yes. I would absolutely be honored, and I would love it.
In closing, Shelley, what do you most want this audience to leave with? You've just celebrated Hanukkah. We are coming to the close of the year. It is the holiday season. We do ask that our guests give some words of wisdom, a great departing message. And then after that, we'll find out how we can follow you on all of your platforms.
Thank you. I will leave you with this. The most important thing that I ever learned in my life is that I'm not my thoughts and feelings, and that all thoughts and feelings are impermanent. And so being aware of what else is there besides the thought that you're having and the feeling that you're having can help you see that there's a lot more than just what's going on in your own head. So that's what I'm doing.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is. Okay, so now, Shelley, my audience is about to lose their mind with that shirt you have on. Is that a Rolling Stone sweater you're wearing? We need to see that sweater. It's so hot.
It's actually
it is a Rolling Stone.
Oh my God! But it's hot. It is. Look, I'd even wear that. It's hot.
I love it.
This is more my personality than like I can swing both ways, really low key and then really like so.
And we like that. We like that on this show. Yes.
Oh,
thank you.
I'm telling you, I've had two people text me on my phone and was like, "Man, I want to see this where she at." Yeah, lips are hot. Oh yeah, That's really hot. That is very, very hot. So how can we find you, follow you, keep up with you, even your books, all of that? What can we do?
Thank you. So Shelley with an EY, ShelleyBrownOfficial.com is my email address. I mean, my website. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram, but at Weird Girl Adventures, because that's the name of my book, Weird Girl Adventures. I do corporate speaking and association speaking and all kinds of women's group speaking. So Shelley Brown Official is probably the best place to start.
All right, I'm getting ready to put it up there on the screen. I think I did it right. I did. Official. Yep. Did I not? Maybe I didn't. ShelleyBrownOfficial.com is how you can find her. Please go and check her out and support her, because we do love her. She is amazing. And what else do we need to know before we let you go?
I wish everybody a really, really happy holiday season, no matter what you celebrate. And I also wish that you give yourself as much compassion, self-compassion as you can, as well as compassion for everybody else, because you never know where other people are coming from and what's going on with them. So.
You don't. You really don't. You really, really don't. And that to me is really a beautiful way to close this segment out. I was so glad when I got this pitch, and I was even explaining to your publicist, I said, listen, for those that grew up with relatives that did things differently all of a sudden, for friends who I know that just don't believe in the holiday, I appreciate you being that person to get this conversation started, because this is an awkward conversation to have. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of people, you don't want to offend people. You want to make sure you say the right things. So I applaud you for having this, what is considered type of awkward but yet important conversation. Wouldn't you agree, Kay Renee?
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for the amazing Miss Shelley Brown. Please check her out on all social media platforms. She did a great job tonight, a well-received conversation. We'll have Shelley back in the beginning of the year, because we want to talk about her Weird Girl adventures, because I want to see how many Weird Boy have done versus Weird Girl. I can't wait, Shelley. I'm sure it's been some things like, yep, I've done that. Yep, I've done that too. So yes, very good. Well, Shelley, best of luck to you. Enjoy the rest of this year. Just a few more days and this year will be over. And we look forward to having you back in the new year. Okay.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, the incredible Miss Shelley Brown. Let's see what we got here. We probably have a little feedback for you before we let her go. Wait. Somebody said recently fell out with my son-in-law. Well, there goes the Christmas gathering. Yeah, stuff like that happens. It does. I mean, you just have to go on and move forward. It's another day. It's another day. It really is. All right, Shelley, we love you so very much, and have a beautiful night.
You too.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. See you later. Oh, that was
Shelley.
great. She was amazing. I love her.
Yes, she was.
And her dad was a part of the community for years. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That veterinarian clinic is still there to this very day.
I know. The older you get, the smaller your circle becomes. And
Isn't that amazing? You never in a million years would have thought she said a clinic that's not far from this area. Isn't that something? So that's just amazing.
That is.
All right, Kay Renee, how you doing so far?
I'm good. I'm excited about our next guest.
Our next guest this evening, we're looking forward to talking to her in just a few moments. She's here tonight to talk to us about her edible baked goods. And what was it? Monday, I got a chance to go out to her wonderful bakery to check it out. And it was really a great experience. I took a taste tester with me just so that we would be able to have a varied opinion about it. I gave you some of the product. And so When the guest comes on, I'm looking forward to us talking to her about it. So what's coming on with K&K this coming Saturday?
Well, we're hoping to talk about, to kind of piggyback our conversation about Christmas and how to deal with the holidays for those who've lost loved ones. And
Uh-huh.
we're just going to have an end of the year roundup. I mean, this will be our launch in 2021. We launched Candid Conversations with K&K. So we're going to talk about what went right, what didn't go right, the guests that we had, and the topics that we discussed, because we talked about some really candid stuff, and just looking forward to 2022. Thanking you, I will, as I always will, because if it had not been for you, Candid Conversation with K&K would never have been started. It probably would have been started, but not this soon. So, just looking forward to Saturday and, to try to close this year out. Because the
All
one thing,
right.
it's funny that Christmas falls on the 25th, because after Christmas and New Year's, you have those 7 days to start cleaning your house and
Right.
getting ready for the new year. And that means
Well,
sometimes that means sometimes that means people, y'all.
oh, I understand. I understand because house cleaning is getting ready to start at my place on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, house cleaning starts at my place on Friday because I want to go into the new year with less stuff, a lot of, So, yes, house cleaning starts at my place on Friday. So, yes, today is our Friday here on the show. We'll be back on Monday night. We have another great show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure. Then this next Wednesday is our annual holiday extravaganza. We're going to have music and spoken word, and we're going to really celebrate the holiday season. So make sure you and the entire family are here for our extravaganza next Wednesday evening. Now, our next guest tonight is a young lady who I've known for quite a while. She is a veteran. She is a media cohort of sorts. She's a really all around just great woman. This past Monday, I got a chance to go out to South Suburban Park Forest to check out LoLo's Gourmet Cookies, LLC. She has a boutique that makes edible baked goods. And when I tell you guys, they are dangerous, they are dangerous. I'm going to put it to you like this. Each product comes with an instruction card. Each product comes with a warning card. I took a taste tester with me on Monday. She told the woman, a pinch, baby, a pinch is all you need. Of course, much like you, K. Renee, you ate a little bit more than just the pinch. And I'm looking forward to us talking about this tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the executive director of creativeness in the kitchen. That's what I'm calling her. That's her new title. And she
Mm-hmm.
is the owner of LoLo's Gourmet Cookies LLC, homemade baked edibles. We just love and adore her, the one and only Miss Lolita Bonaparte. Yay, Lolo! Get down with Lolo. Yay! Good evening.
Good evening, Art. A beautiful introduction. Thank you so much. I'm humbled
It is
by that.
a pleasure.
Yes, it's so great to see you again tonight. It was beautiful to see you in my presence Monday, and I'm just so excited to be here
Well,
tonight.
my dear good friend was with me Monday, and of course, you gave enough product that I was able to take it to my co-host Kay Renee, and so I got her the product this morning, and I did everything you told me, put the instructions in there, I took it all to her when we logged on for the pre-show tonight. Kay Renee, I'm gonna let you, if you want to, tell the PG version of your story so Lolita will know, and then Lolita will get into your interview of who you are and how this all got started. Go right ahead, Kay Renee.
Well, Miss Lolita, let me just say this: you are a true diva in a different industry, which I truly appreciate because I'm a part of it. And
Thank you.
I've always been an only child. I don't like to listen. Now, Art warned me. He said, "Now look, She told you to take a page. And I
Pint.
said,
A
okay, which I
pint.
did.
Yeah,
I
that's
had a,
all you need.
I,
It's a pinch.
wait,
Exactly.
well, here's the thing though, Miss Lolita. I had a smidgen. So that's less than a page.
Okay.
So when I had this, when I had this smidgen, I said, oh, this is so good. And I was reading
Which
to
I hate to
food
cut you off. Which
delivery.
product? Which product did you have? Which one did you pinch?
The brownie. The
Oh, okay,
brownie.
the brownie, the brownie.
Yes. So I had I had a smidgen of the brownie. And I said, this
Oh,
is so good. But I was hungry an hour later. I said, you know what? I'll take a pinch this time because I had a smidgen the first time. Well, apparently
okay.
I took more than a pinch. All I'm going to say is I feel better. I feel enlightened. My
Great.
eyes are brightened. And
Well,
then I said, let me read some more into Miss Lolita. Okay, now I know what I had because I know the difference of the two products that you serve. And
yeah,
so I'm usually having the latter product, but I
I
had the heavy duty product because I said it was more than a
oh, okay.
page. So I
Ah,
know about the two that you serve.
yeah,
And
the
so
Delta
I'm
8.
thinking, oh well, the Delta 8 versus the CBD. I
Correct.
normally have CBD. That was a
Okay.
Delta 8. And
Oh,
that
yeah.
was
So
my
that,
first, no, my second time having a Delta 8. And I was like, okay, Lord, just get me through today. I know I have to interview Miss Lolita tonight. And I mean, I had true vision, if that's, from my eyes to the subconscious mind, okay? Um, I mean, it's excellent. Don't get me wrong,
Very
but
good.
there's
thank
a
you.
reason
Thank
why,
you.
y'all, when she says on her website, y'all better read. They say
Yes.
reading is
It's
fundamental.
wonderful.
So
Yes,
you
Yes,
it
it
is.
need
is.
to
Yes, it is.
read.
Absolutely.
Well, Lolita, I want you to introduce yourself. Tell the audience who you are, how you got started in this business. We appreciate your service to our country, you being a veteran. And how does
Yes.
one go from being serving our country to now helping those of us in pain? Please share your story with us.
Well, first of all, Art, I served in the Army for 26 years, believe it or not. And I retired. But during my experiences, I had several injuries. I mean, in the course of 26 years, something's bound to happen. From physical and mental. In terms of like PTSD. So, I like to share that with people. Because in our community, we tend to not look at those types of issues. But so as a result, when I got out, trying to deal with my own pain and a lot of the opiates and different medications that was given to me, with the military, I just felt it was just not good for me. You know, um, I just felt like I was being like a zombie, and I still wasn't feeling right. I was feeling the pain still. So I was having anxiety. I was helping with, I was having, those issues. So it started to help me with the anxiety. I started to get into the whole cannabis industry and I started, just trying it out. And and so I got introduced to an edible and I was like, wow, this is great. I didn't have to smoke and I was able to ingest it. And it gave me such a relaxation and just help with the pain and help with the anxiety and kept my levels down. And so once I did that, I started to experiment myself, with a background in culinary. I said, well, I can do this myself. Why not try it in the kitchen just
Right.
to help my own? And so I got in the kitchen. I just started trying different products, and so that's how I really got involved. And then eventually my mom was diagnosed with cancer. And in 2014, she was diagnosed. And so we were like, oh my God, they were, again, heavy drugs, morphines, opiates, just things that just was not working to keep her lucid enough for us to say our goodbyes with her transitioning. She transitioned in 2016. So she loved butter cookies. So that's how I was introduced to, let me make a butter cookie for her. And so I started this journey with this butter cookie. And it gave us an opportunity to say our goodbyes because it kept her lucid enough and be alert enough to say goodbye as opposed to being pumped with morphines and things like that. And so that took me on a whole nother journey that set the course for me.
Very good. So now, what made you want to open up a bakery? And here's the deal. You opened up a bakery in a pandemic when businesses are closing left and right. We've seen big box stores go belly up. We've seen mom and pop places close. You have hit the gold mine. You've opened up an edible shop during a pandemic. So let's talk about the process of getting the edible shop off the ground.
Well, it took me many years of research. It wasn't like I had just woke up one day and says, I want to open up a shop. I had been through this journey and process for at least 10 years, just researching cannabis, CBD, everything, and dealing with the hemp plant. And so I was on my journey. I was doing my research. I invested my time with putting my licenses together. Everything was a step-by-step process. And finally I was at that point that I was ready. So to me, it didn't matter whether it was a pandemic or not. I was ready. And so it was my time to arrive. And I did that. Yeah. And I feel right now, this is such a need at this moment, especially during a pandemic, that people are suffering from, like I said, with stress, anxiety. They're losing their jobs. They're losing their homes. People are under in a state of emergency here. So how do you help that? What benefits can you give to people? And they need it right now. Everybody doesn't want to take a pill. Let's find a holistic alternative to give to customers. And my heart is at the veterans as well, because, I know what we've been through. I know a lot of vets that are have had PTSD, health issues, things like that. And so I started to introduce that to veterans. And so that's how this door just kind of opened for me. But then I realized the community needs it as well. We have to look at alternatives. People can't even afford health care. So maybe this is the only way they can get some relief. Right. Through cannabis or through hemp or through CBD, where they can just come into my store and I can give them something that they can go home and work with and help them and help heal them or make them feel some type of relief. Okay. So this is why I kind of got into this whole thing. And I says, I'm here to help people. My store, even though it's a bakery, but it's a holistic bakery. It's to help everyone feel better. I tell people all the time, our products not only taste good, but it'll make you feel good.
Very good. Very good.
Make you feel good.
Yes. What I want to do is take a tour of your products. Let's see some of your products on air. I've had the privilege of trying some of the products, so I can give you a little testimony. And I was laughing with somebody, for me, I was like, well, okay. Oh, now I feel it. But then, but then I probably had finished the whole thing by then. But I tell you this much, some of the best sleep ever.
Fantastic.
Some of the best sleep ever. And I actually give my friend ever since Monday night. I give them a little pinch of the cookie every night. So we've had a great night. We have, yes. So let's talk about some of your products.
Okay, sure. So this is one of my products here, and believe it or not, it's amazing what I've learned how to infuse. But this is my cheese popcorn for the Midwest, for our Midwest family in Chicago and the Midwest. So I do a cheese popcorn, and I also do it in a Delta 8 and also in a CBD form.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get it either way. And pretty much all of my products are in a form of either CBD or Delta 8 THC.
Mm-hmm.
And this also comes in spicy cheese, not just regular cheese.
Mm-hmm. And look, it's cheesy, y'all, really cheesy. It was very good. But the problem is that you get to nibbling, and honey, you've been and ate the whole damn bag.
I know.
And that because baby, it is cheesy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay.
Yes. So let's go on to the next product I have here. Well, this is actually how I even started my company.
Yes.
Based on this cookie. And it's LoLo's cookie. It's a butter cookie, school butter cookie. Just think about, remember back in school, and they had the school butter cookies, and we couldn't wait to have them. And so I decided this is something that my Midwest family or community is familiar with, the school butter cookie.
Yes.
And so this is just really one of my popular products because of everybody can be familiar or familiarized with this product.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this also comes in a CBD and Delta 8 as well.
Yes. Now let's real quick before we go on, let's talk about the difference between the CBD and the Delta 8 real quick for those that might be confused.
Okay, so CBD is basically the lesser known child of the cannabis sativa plant. So basically, it's just going to mellow you out. It's going to give you a body high. CBD helps you with anti-inflammatory. It helps you reduce pain, like neuropathy or fibromyalgia or things like that, or some cancers, Now, just to let you know, just to disclose to everyone here, it's not intended for medical advice.
That's right.
I just based on others and their testimony, this is the results that I'm getting. So just to let you know, and for those that actually even get involved with CBD or Delta 8, please consult with your doctor first before even coming into my,
Absolutely.
So basically, it helps you boost your mood. It helps with that body nervous system. When some people just kind of ache all over, it helps you. And then also to help you sleep, as you said, Art, that it really helps you sleep. It helps you promote great sleep. So it is basically a strain from the hemp plant, but it's just not the THC side of it.
Okay. All right. Very good.
And in terms of the Delta 8, well, it gets you high, but it's a lighter high, and that is part of the tetrahydrocannabinol. That's what THC is. Mm-hmm. And that's really part of the cannabis plant, the hemp plant, which is the THC part of it. So it's almost taking one plant and it's being divided.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still part of the Delta 8 is still part of the CBD family, though.
Okay.
So now what that does is it will clear your head, like you said. It'll boost your mood to keep you kind of feeling mellow all day. It'll increase your appetite. So it gives you the same proponents as if you were smoking or ingesting cannabis.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no side effects of THC, but you'll still get some THC experiences. And also, if you have to get tested for THC, more than likely it'll show up on a test.
Okay. All right. Good advice to know. All right.
So so with my CBD that I have, my particular product, it's an isolate. So it doesn't have, and that's why my prices are a little higher than most, because it's actually 100% CBD. I don't have any THC in my CBD products.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Very good.
called an isolate. It's isolated from the THC, where in the state, you're allowed 0.003% THC even in CBD products. So sometimes you have to read to make sure, if you're not into the THC side of it, to make sure that it's 100%.
Very good. Okay. Very good. Thank you for that explanation. Let's continue on with the product. So far we've done the butter cookie. We've done the amazing popcorn. What else do you have in that magical bakery, ma'am? That's all it is, a magical bakery.
I think this is familiar to some of you all.
Yes, it is. Yes,
it is. In trouble.
It's the infamous brownie that I have.
Yes. And look, and Ursula, who was with me Monday, here's her comment. No more than a pinch unless you are at home. Right. Unless you are home. Yes. Yes.
Please.
Trust and believe.
Yes. Please be at home. That's my advice to anyone. Please be at home while you're ingesting this product, because the side effects can probably really super relax you, or make you sleepy, or it just takes you to that mood, that good mood, as I say.
Yeah.
So make sure
it took her.
Lolita.
Pardon me? What was that?
What'd you say, Carrie? Now
you haven't lied.
I haven't lied.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. Ursula went through a range of emotions. Thank God I was driving. I'm just
wow.
Thank God I was driving. She went through a range of emotions. So yes, amen.
Well, remember, Art, I told you then about discussing about driving, didn't we? We
had
that conversation.
Yes, that's why that's why I brought my tester with me. Yes, that's why I brought my tester. Yes.
Right. So these are also with walnuts. So just to let you know, and each of my packages actually have instructions on the back as well, on how to eat it or ingest it. But again, it's all based on the composition of your body, and everybody varies in terms of how much I just do a recommended amount, but it's not necessarily the amount that you need to eat.
Okay. Very good.
That makes sense. Yes.
Okay.
So this is one of my favorite ones as well. So now I have more. Okay. I have plenty of more.
Yes. Continue on.
All right. So now I have my specialty. Now these are things I do like once a week, or special of the week. This isn't on my shelves every day. Somebody has the spoon in there, the cake in the jar, the pineapple supreme, I call it. So basically, this is all triple infused. I have a layer of infused pineapple cake. Everything's handmade, so I make everything from scratch. There's a filling of pineapple. It's infused. And then there's a layer of sprinkle of cake. And then I have a pineapple cream cheese icing that's also infused on the top. So this is, yes.
Yes.
So this is dangerously good. That's what I must say. And so I recommend people just when I say a pinch, as you say, you probably want to do like a little half a teaspoon, to be honest.
Oh, a half a teaspoon. Oh,
yeah, half to a teaspoon. So
I'm a big boy, so I have to have more than a half a teaspoon.
Right.
Half a teaspoon is a smell for me. So.
But these are portable, just nice to have, nice for gifts.
Yes.
Nice for, to give away to your friends and family. You can always visit my website on lolosgourmetcookies.com,
Yes.
www, and you can order, but these you'll have to contact me through an email or messaging because these are special orders.
Yes.
Or
What I'm going to do, Lolo, is actually take that and I'm going to make something else with that.
okay.
I'm going to use this as the base of it or the accoutrement, but I'm going to do something else and infuse it with this. That's why, yes, I thought that was really great. I did. I'll let you know about that. K. Renee, you'll try that. You'll try it, K. Renee. Yes.
Okay, yeah, please do. But yeah, this is just one of my specialty lines that I do, like a weekly special in addition to my regular products.
Yes.
And then I have
We have a couple of questions from the audience tonight. You actually have questions tonight.
Sure.
One of the questions is, any advice for someone like me eating an edible for the very first time? Because I do know people. I have a dear friend who he does not touch edibles. Mm-hmm. I know a couple of other people who say they cannot handle edibles. Any advice for people that are first-time edible triers?
Well, first of all, again, I always recommend you speak with your doctor. That's the first thing. And then I recommend also to get more information on edibles and what it does for you. Being a first timer, making sure you don't have any health conditions that may affect you with this, depending on what your issues are. Mm-hmm. If it's just pain, okay, then I would recommend maybe taking a lesser dosage than what you would have taken or Kay would have taken. Right. And so I would tell them to take very little. Mm-hmm. Not even take the dosage that I advise. I would tell them to take even less of that.
Right. Yeah.
And just see how they are, because when you're talking about edibles, it usually takes 2 hours to kick in. Mm-hmm. So I recommend to people, be at home, especially if you're a first timer, be at home, see what happens after 2 hours. If you really don't feel that full effect that you're looking for, I would say take a little bit more of the original dosage that I recommended. Mm-hmm. And then, and I would do it in the evening before bed.
Yes, very good. Just so you guys know, all of Lolita's products come with directions. They come with what you need to know, very detailed about that. She's very knowledgeable, if you have any questions, but really delicious homemade products. Her kitchen was immaculate. She uses the best products, quality ingredients. And when I say to you, just like, as they said, grandma would make, but these ain't your grandma's brownies. These ain't your grandma's butter cookies. Really, though, fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I try to use, I use everything that pure butters, sugars, when I decided to make these products, I felt I wanted to serve my customers what I would want to eat.
Right.
And I like the best.
Yes, you do. Yes.
And so I want to share my experience with you, to my customers. Mm-hmm. And the best way to do it is to give you the best, no matter if it costs more. Mm-hmm. I prefer not to skimp on that, and I won't.
Yes.
So when I'm in the kitchen, I'm in there as if I was in your kitchen or in your grandma's kitchen, because these are all home baked. Yeah. Even my packaging, everything is made by hand, down to the packaging.
Very good. Very good. So now let's talk about shipping. Are you able to ship? And how does that work? And would people still be able to get some of your products for the holiday season?
Sure. So now you can go on my website at www.lolosgourmetcookies.com. Unfortunately, though, there is only a limited amount of products on that site. If there's something special, because some things is concern of shipping. But my cookies are available. The popcorn is on site. The granola, I have granola as well. But if you do a special order like the brownies and you want them shipped, I need advance notice because the shipping process will be a little bit different on those because again, I want to give you the freshest quality products that I can serve you and I want them to be in your on your doorsteps or in your home fresh as possible.
Amen. Very good. We did have a question about and can they pass through TSA? Well, I mean, if it's a cookie and it's in your lunch bag, yeah.
I have,
yeah, and it has no odor other than butter and you know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah.
I've never had an issue, because it's a cookie and like you said, and then it's CBD. And as long as, those states that are legal, if you're going from one state that's legal to the next state that's legal, CBD is legal all over pretty much.
Right.
So that should not be a major issue with that in terms of shipping, take carrying that on the plane with you.
Yeah.
Because I can ship,
Right. That's
now
right.
there are some states that are limited on the Delta 8 because they banned some states because it has the THC in it. But for the most part, I can ship CBD anywhere.
Yeah.
That won't be an issue at all.
Very good. Very good. All right. Well, Lolita, you've done an excellent job tonight. The products are outstanding. If you guys want more information, please go to Lolo's GourmetCookies.com. Lolo's GourmetCookies.com. She's located in South Suburban Park Forest. Beautiful, beautiful bakery. Really, Lolita is just an amazing person. We'll have her back on the show again. She definitely was one of my Black businesses that I wanted to feature during the holiday season. When Kay Renee gave me her testimony before the show, I loved it. Of course, my friend Ursula said she loved it. She said she felt it in 15 minutes and within an hour, and she was lit. She really was. She really was.
Check me out on Instagram as well. I'm on there and I'm on Facebook as well. Just look up Lolo's GourmetCookies.com or Lolo's Gourmet Cookies. And also, I'm located at 388 Forest Boulevard. I'm in Park Forest, Illinois.
Yep, you are. We love you. We really, really do. Have a beautiful holiday. Thank you again for your kindness. Kay Renee, what do you want to say to her in closing?
Well, one, Lolita, you're gonna be my true auntie, my CBD
Hey,
auntie.
well,
And you are I'm gonna call you the gourmet diva. And diva, I'm the queen of acronyms. So diva stands for determined, intelligent, vivacious, and accomplished. For what you have done, Lolita, in this industry of cannabis, especially here in Illinois with social equity, that was one thing I was just so impressed that you were able to get through and bypass that red tape because it's still going on strong with, minority companies trying to get licenses to sell their products. So I applaud you.
Thank you. Well, I'm also part of Blunts and More too. We won 6 dispensary licenses and 2 craft grow licenses.
I really applaud you for that.
Thank you so much.
I wanted this because I always ask this of our guests. Besides your mom, who is with you in spirit, who inspires you to be the best that you can be?
Both my parents. My dad, he was a great entrepreneur in Chicago as well.
Yeah, please tell people who your famous daddy was. Please, we love daughters of famous dads on this show. Please tell us.
Well, his name was William Bonaparte. He was the owner of Bonaparte Corporation. He was one of the largest electrical minority contractors in Chicago. And so I learned a lot in business from him. He showed me the ropes. And, I was able to, I'm sitting in his chair. I have his chair, his office furniture. He made his transition a couple of years ago as well, but he definitely inspired me to start this journey and to go forward with this. So, just to support a family, my children, trying to build generational wealth for them, all of those things, they all inspire me. They give me comfort and hope that I know I can make this and go through this whole business process and do well at it. Before my dad died, he was like, "Lita, you'll do well with this." And I knew then I was ready for this. But my mother was such an inspiration. She was a strong woman that taught me that you can do anything you want to do, no matter what. So I took all of that, and I just put it all in one big box, and I ran with it. So here I am. It's been a journey, but I just couldn't say no. I had many doors closed on me. Lots of doors closed on me, but all I needed was that one. And now I'm here.
Oh, wow.
And I'm so blessed. And I'm so blessed and humble that I'm here at this point in my life to give me hope that it can be done. Anybody can do this.
Yes.
You just have to put the work in. You got to put the effort in. You got to not give up. And I have not given up. I've cried in many days, I promise you. But the days I cried, I got stronger.
Yep. And you know what's so beautiful, my friend, is that you told me when you first was going to do this, and I'm like, I'm coming, I'll be there, I promise you. And I just got so busy, so crazy. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to feature her as one of my Black businesses for the holiday season. And I'm so glad I did. So glad I did.
Well, you know what, Art? You know what? I tell you, we have known each other for a long time. And I tell you, this just came at the right time that you came to me. I mean, you answered my prayers. God answered my prayers. For you to come into my life and say, hey, LoLo, I want to do this for you.
Yep. Because your product is good. It really is good. Thank you. Yeah, look, I'm telling you, you get to nibbling and tasting. And see, that's what the quality product, all of that, you don't think about and then again, about an hour later, you be like, float on. Float on. Because that's what we're doing right about now. We float to get to the end of this show.
That's right.
In closing, LoLo, what do you want to say to the audience, my darling?
Well, I want to say, thank you for all the support out there. I hope you stop by my store, my shop, come see me. If you have any questions about CBD or Delta 8, I'll give you a one-on-one conversation and try to educate you on what this is all about. I want to make sure when you leave my store, you have the experience. This is the experience here. Mm-hmm. Not just buying my product. I want to sit down and talk to you. I've even had a gentleman come in, and I actually sat him in my chair until he understood the product.
Right.
And I educated him. Yep. So I just want to say thank you to everyone and the community for all of your support. And I promise not to disappoint you. But stop by, come visit and try some of these great products because it's a one-of-a-kind deal.
Yes, it is.
It's one of a kind. So, again, it's just been rewarding. And I'm just so glad that the community that looks like me, I want them to be proud of me.
Yes. Well, you're getting a lot of great feedback. The audience is loving you and appreciating you. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your chance. If you want to get something for the holiday season, you might want to get something for the new year.
Yeah, we have gift sets. We actually have gift boxes as well. So for the holidays, we have beautiful gift sets.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. And they're specials that I have for different products. So, come by the store. I'm open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And, come by. I'm closed on Sundays and Mondays. But by all means, stop by. I'll give you, I give out samples sometimes. I give out, different little products because I just want you all to understand what this is all about. And because it's such a stigma, in this circle, in this arena, that they think that cannabis is taboo, or CBD is taboo, or Delta 8 is taboo. So there's a stigma behind these products, but it's a holistic product. I mean, we go back to 750 BC, when it was first used medicinally in Central Asia. People don't know that.
Right.
We even our ancestors. I'm following my ancestors. My great grandfather was Native American, and he smoked a peace pipe every day.
That's right. Yep.
And he lived to be 103.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, my love. Well, we love you so very much. Thank you. I think my pineapple delight is supreme is about to kick in.
Okay. Yes.
I think it's about to kick in, because I'm sitting here like.
I see that smile. I see that way you got a smile.
I'm sitting there like. Okay, Kay Renee, say goodnight. Say goodnight to the guests. Lolita, we love you so very much.
Love you too.
The best of everything to you. Continued success. You guys, please support this small minority-owned business out in Park Forest. She's an amazing woman. It is lolosgourmetcookies.com, lolosgourmetcookies.com. You can order from wherever you are. If you want to go visit her in person, please do so in Park Forest. Would you mind just sending me some cookies to my post? Oh, that's too funny. No, we can't do that. Right. We can't do that. But thank you so much for that. Right. Thank you so much for that comment. Right. Go and check her out. Go check her out. All right. Lolita, we love you so very much. Have a beautiful night. Thank you for being here with us. Happy holidays. And we definitely will continue to support you. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Much love. Miss Renee, love you.
Yes, ma'am. Love you more.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Thank you so much.
For the amazing Miss Lolita Bonaparte of LoLo's wonderful gourmet cookies and all kind of treats. I'm telling you guys, she got it all. All right. We love you. We'll talk to you soon. Let's see if we got some more feedback. Oh, bye, Lolo. Everybody's loving you. All right. We'll see you soon. Love you.
Love you too, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was great, Kay Renee. That was so good.
Yeah, because I can see it in your eyes. You about to kick it in, babe.
Baby. I done ate too much cake here. Right.
See? Mm-hmm.
I done ate too much cake here. Big boy done ate too much cake here. I need to go lay down. Yes, honey, give that little nugget of I can't even talk no more. Give that nugget of knowledge so I can go lay my ass down.
Okay.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Well, today
as I eat another spoonful. Right.
Lord have mercy. Okay, we're gonna make this quick, y'all. Today is Wise Words Wednesday. Hear this wise nugget. Success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. Greatness will come. And again, this is Wise Words Wednesday. # be consistent in your greatness.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I do. For more information about this amazing young lady, please go to karensnuggetsofknowledge.com. karensnuggetsofknowledge.com. That's where you can find out more information about her. Thank you, my love. You did an excellent job tonight. We went from not wanting to celebrate the holiday to in vibing and feeling good. I might get up and do the moonwalk after this show is over. I feel great. I do. I really do.
That's a good thing.
Yes. All right. We'll be back Monday night with another wonderful edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Let's give a shout out to all of our people that we had tonight. Debbie Green, of course, Miss Wamelda. Is that Denzi? Hello, Denzi. Ursula Salvas. Debbie Green, Betty Brewer, Joseph. Who else do we have? Yes, Candace, we love you, Candace, all of you guys, we do. For more information about yours truly, please visit therealchatdaddy.com, therealchatdaddy.com. If you've not done so yet, please subscribe to the Real Chat Daddy Show on Facebook and YouTube. Subscribe, like, be a part of the community. Have a wonderful, safe weekend. This is the last weekend of holiday shopping before Christmas, which is next Saturday. Be careful out there in those streets, ladies and gentlemen, and we love you all. Have a wonderful night, okay? We out of here. We out of here. I done ate too much pineapple supreme, honey. Right. I might get up and do a hula dance.
Oh, Lord.
Right.
Bye, y'all.
All right. We love you guys. Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and